launching a tasty pastry. It's a low-carb Pop-Tart. It's got 3 to 4 grams of net carbs, and we love this show. This is our best place to be in LA.
Welcome back to Legendary Foods Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Friday, March 18th, 2022. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Look, I know it's early and it's Friday and you're all focused on getting ready for the weekend, but I need you to dial it in right now because there's a high probability that Urs Kalecinski is about to do something special this weekend at the Kuwait Pro. So let me set the stage for you. 2 weeks ago, he looked at his all-time best at the Arnold and then followed that up with a big win in Boston. So, if you're following the pattern, that means he should be on track to deliver a one-punch knockout in Kuwait this weekend, regardless of who else is in the lineup. So if I'm Terrence Ruffin, I'm keeping an eye on what's happening here, because if Urs stays on this upward trend, he's going to be a real problem during Olympia weekend. In case you missed yesterday's show, we did an update on Blessing Awadibu announcing that he planned to compete at the Indy Pro for his season debut. And now it looks like Blessing is going to have some big-time company there because Charles Griffin recently said that he's targeting Indy as his first potential landing spot on the season. If you've been following Charles's prep, you can't help but be impressed with the way he's added in a strong vacuum pose to his arsenal this year. Because the biggest knock on his physique has always been his waistline. So if he can strike the right balance between showing off his new size while also bringing in a look that's more aesthetic, he's going to be a tough act to beat in Indy. All of the Brett Wilkins fans out there wondering what's next now that the Arnold is in the rearview mirror, we've got 3 words for you: wait and see. A few days ago, Brett posted a video on his YouTube where he went into detail about what he thought about his performance at the Arnold and what the next steps are for the rest of the season. According to Brett, right now the plan is to get back in the gym, try to make improvements, and then reassess where things are in a few months. He floated out a few different ideas, including the possibility of competing later in the year at the last Olympia qualifier, which would obviously give him plenty of time to reformulate a new game plan. So if he can figure out a way to dot his I's and cross his T's, it leaves the door open for him to make his way to the Olympia stage before the end of the season. Hey, if you're an Eduardo Correa fan, keep your schedule open in November because it's looking like the former 212 title contender is on track to make his return to the stage later this year. Now that he's finally healthy and over all of his injuries, we've seen Eduardo start to slowly regain his championship form over the last few months. But up until recently, we hadn't heard anything about a potential show date. But under a post Eduardo made on his Instagram, there was a comment from our house technician, Chris Aceto, who said, "November is coming," which is the closest thing to a hint that we had to a hint in months. So if you're a 212 athlete thinking about jumping into a show in November, don't say we didn't warn you, because you might be on the wrong end of a vintage Eduardo Correa performance. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.